Justin Lewis had always been a man of integrity, and his unwavering commitment to his family knew no bounds. Despite facing his own financial struggles, he couldn't turn a blind eye when he discovered that his mother-in-law, Dominique Carter, was drowning in debt. He believed that family should support one another through thick and thin. With his heart filled with determination, Justin embarked on a relentless journey to alleviate Dominique's burden. He worked long hours, took on extra jobs, and made sacrifices, saving every penny he could to pay off her debts. The weight of his responsibilities didn't deter him. It only fueled his resolve to provide a better future for his wife, Cindy, and their family. Finally, after months of sleepless nights and tireless efforts, Justin managed to gather the necessary funds to settle Dominique's debts. He anticipated the moment of relief and gratitude that would wash over the family when he revealed what he had done. With hope in his eyes, he prepared to share the news. However, as Justin proudly presented the proof of his achievement to Dominique and his sister-in-law, Cindy Black, he was met with cold stares and an eerie silence. Confusion etched its way into his mind as he tried to comprehend their expressions. The silence shattered when Dominique's voice pierced the air like a blade. "We never asked for your help, Justin," she hissed, her eyes filled with contempt. "You had no right meddling in our affairs." Cindy, once a source of warmth and kindness, now stood beside her mother, her gaze distant and unrecognizable. Justin felt the sharp pang of betrayal coursing through his veins. "But I thought," Justin stuttered, his voice barely a whisper. He couldn't believe the gratitude he had expected had turned into hostility. The weight of his actions suddenly felt unbearable, as if he had made a grave mistake. Dominique's face twisted into a smug smile, revealing her true colors. "You were always a fool, Justin. We never needed your help. We only wanted to see how far you'd go to please us." The words echoed in Justin's mind, each syllable intensifying the hurt and confusion. His heart sank, and a profound sense of loss consumed him. How could the people he cared for so deeply turn against him? Confused and hurt, Justin was unceremoniously thrown out of the house he had considered his home. The walls that had once sheltered him now felt cold and unfamiliar. He stood on the doorstep, his heart heavy with a mixture of sadness and disbelief. The next day, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange, Justin gathered his shattered spirit and resolved to face the world anew. He knew he couldn't dwell on the pain forever. He had to find a way to move forward. With a glimmer of hope in his eyes, he decided to confide in his loyal friend, Kaylin Andrews. Over cups of steaming coffee, Justin poured out his heart to Kaylin, revealing the depths of his despair and the treacherous betrayal he had endured. Kaylin listened intently, offering words of support and encouragement. "Justin, I've known you for years, and I've never seen anyone as resilient as you," Kaylin said, his voice brimming with conviction. "Let's fight back. We won't let them get away with this." A flicker of determination reignited within Justin's eyes as he absorbed Kaylin's words. He couldn't let Dominique and Cindy's betrayal define his life. Together, they began to strategize their next move, seeking justice for the pain he had endured. Inspired by Kaylin's unwavering faith, Justin felt a renewed sense of purpose. He couldn't let the injustices he had faced go unaddressed. He decided to dig deeper into the tangled web of his family's secrets, searching for answers and the truth that lay beneath the surface. In the depths of their research, Justin and Kaylin stumbled upon a surprising revelation. Justin's father-in-law, whose name had been shrouded in secrecy, had been silently observing the unfolding events from afar. His silence, once a mystery, now took on a purposeful meaning. Curiosity piqued, Justin reached out to his father-in-law, requesting a meeting to uncover the truth behind his inaction. To his surprise, his father-in-law agreed, and they arranged to meet in a secluded cafe on the outskirts of town. As they sat face to face, Justin's father-in-law, whose eyes held a hint of sorrow, looked at him with a mix of regret and determination. "Justin, despite what you've been through, let's get started," he said, his voice firm. Intrigued and hopeful, Justin leaned forward, eager for an explanation. His father-in-law revealed that he had suspected Dominique's deceitful ways for some time, but he had chosen to observe silently, waiting for the opportune moment to intervene. Justin's expulsion from the house had confirmed his suspicions. "I've gathered evidence, Justin," his father-in-law revealed, his voice tinged with determination. "Together, we can expose Dominique's illegal activities and bring her to justice." A mix of emotions washed over Justin: relief, gratitude, and a flicker of hope. He had not been abandoned after all. The silent ally in his father-in-law had been waiting for the right time to make a move, to safeguard justice and protect their family's integrity. With a renewed sense of purpose, Justin and his father-in-law delved into the depths of Dominique's financial web. Piece by piece, they uncovered the intricate schemes she had orchestrated, involving hidden debts, forged documents, and fraudulent transactions. Meanwhile, Cindy, still haunted by the image of Justin's selflessness, began to question her own family's motives. Doubts clouded her mind as she reflected on the pain Justin had endured and the depth of her mother and sister's betrayal. She couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that they were hiding something sinister. Unable to bear the weight of her doubts any longer, Cindy confronted her mother and sister, demanding answers. Dominique, caught off guard by her daughter's sudden assertiveness, attempted to deflect and deceive, but Cindy's determination was unyielding. She pressed on, her voice filled with the courage she had found within herself. "I won't stand by while you destroy an innocent man's life," she declared, her gaze unwavering. As the truth unraveled, Cindy's world crumbled around her. She discovered the extent of Dominique's deceit and manipulation, the lies that had torn their family apart. The love she once held for her mother now transformed into a deep-rooted anger and disappointment. Cindy realized that she had a choice to make: to continue down the path of deception or to break free from the chains that bound her to her family's sins. In that moment, she made a decision that would alter the course of her life forever. With newfound clarity and a heavy heart, Cindy reached out to Justin, apologizing for her previous actions and pledging her support in their quest for justice. Justin, though wary at first, recognized the sincerity in her eyes and welcomed her into the alliance. United by a common cause, Justin, his father-in-law, and Cindy formed an unlikely alliance. They resolved to gather irrefutable evidence against Dominique and ensure that justice was served. Days turned into weeks, and the trio worked tirelessly, sifting through financial records, following paper trails, and consulting legal experts. The weight of their mission was immense, but their determination pushed them forward. With each piece of evidence they unearthed, the case against Dominique grew stronger. They discovered a web of fraudulent activities spanning years, intricately designed to keep her family in the dark while she benefited from her deceit. The extent of her greed and manipulation left them astounded. The climax of their efforts was drawing near, and Justin, Cindy, and their father-in-law knew they needed to act swiftly. The time had come to unveil the truth and expose Dominique's crimes to the world. With the evidence securely gathered, they approached a renowned journalist, eager to shed light on the story that had unfolded within their own family. The journalist, captivated by the depth of their journey and the courage it took to challenge the status quo, agreed to investigate and report on Dominique's actions. In a courtroom filled with anticipation, Justin, Cindy, their father-in-law, and the journalist presented the irrefutable evidence they had meticulously gathered against Dominique. The room fell silent as the truth unfolded, unveiling a web of deceit that had ensnared them all. Dominique, once a pillar of respectability, now stood exposed, her face etched with guilt and shame. The weight of her actions pressed heavily upon her as the evidence stacked against her grew overwhelming. The judge, with a solemn voice, declared Dominique guilty of fraud, embezzlement, and deception. The courtroom erupted in applause, a resounding victory for justice and the triumph of truth over manipulation. As Dominique was led away in handcuffs, Justin, Cindy, and their father-in-law exchanged a mixture of relief and sadness. The battle for justice had been won, but the scars left by Dominique's betrayal would take time to heal. In the aftermath, Justin and Cindy found solace in each other's embrace. Their bond, tested and strengthened by the challenges they had faced, served as a foundation for their healing. With their newfound freedom from the chains of deceit, they vowed to rebuild their lives with love, trust, and an unwavering commitment to truth. As the sun set on the horizon, casting vibrant hues across the sky, Justin and Cindy looked towards the future, knowing that they had emerged from the darkness stronger than ever. The journey had been arduous, but they had come out the other side, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them, armed with the power of resilience and the unbreakable bond they shared. Moral of the story: despite the pain of betrayal and the hardships faced, the pursuit of truth and justice should never be abandoned. It is through resilience, courage, and unwavering determination that one can overcome even the deepest wounds. The story reminds us that family bonds can be tested, but true strength lies in recognizing the power of honesty, forgiveness, and rebuilding trust. In the face of adversity, it is our actions and choices that define our character, and through the pursuit of justice, we can find healing and redemption.